I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire. Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine, Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here for the daily. What in the holy hell is going on with Bitcoin? Guys and gals, we've reached a point. I have actually been up all morning looking at the local news. Local. When I say local, I mean on this earth. It's everyone is getting involved in the Bitcoin. Now, how I want to do this morning is I want to explain why. Number one, excuse me, everyone in the world, every single country, we have France, we have the UK, we have America, we have every single central bank in the world is printing money. They have to. They have no choice. This is what happens when they create a system, 1913 Federal Reserve System, and after World War II, that whole system they created, Bretton Woods, that whole system they created, 1973, that whole system they left into the actual petrodollar, and now oil is less valuable than pure energy. Listen to what I just said. Right now, so many organizations, including mine, are getting into energy, pure energy. And what is that? What is the Bitcoin? It is pure energy. That's what it is. This is how you take the energy and you exchange it directly into a currency. That's what Bitcoin is. It uses energy and it creates the Bitcoin. And this is how this all works. This is why this is the future of money. And I mean true money, not currency, money. Because currency is a human creation. It's our US dollars. It's our francs. It's our euros. Those are currencies. This is true money. This is energy held. That's what an asset is. That's what everything is you hold energy. That's what we have. That's what we are. We are energy holders and energy users. quite a while back when I was a larger person, I held a lot of energy. I held it in what we call blubber. I am no longer blubberous, if that's a word. But what that is it holds energy for later usage. That's exactly what Bitcoin is. It actually takes energy which would actually be lost or wasted because we can only hold it so long, and it rolls it directly into a unit of value. What you really have to wrap your heads around is, mark my words, guys, soon energy will be valued in actual Bitcoin. Right now, we actually call it a hash rate. That hash rate is the Bitcoin. It is the energy applied to create the currency, the money, currency, money. It kind of flips back and forth. This is real money. This is energy created. Whether you use hydro or oil or natural gas or solar or whatever, that's exchanging energy from one thing and you hold it in another. So this price right here, this will eventually represent the energy value of the earth, because that's what everything that produces energy will be valued in, because it is a direct representation of energy value. Nothing else is. Nothing else is. This is energy held in a network. That's network value. That's energy value. In every other network, it is, well, let's see, how many people use YouTube? How many people use, I don't know, like Facebook? That is their network value, is the number of people in their network. This is completely different. This is how much energy is in the network, how much power is in the network. This is the only network that is ever been created that represents a value of energy, pure energy, not value of oil, not of the value of natural gas, the energy held in the oil, the energy held in the natural gas, the pure energy. That's what this is. And what you're seeing up there right now, that rise up, that is us injecting our labor energy into the price. We haven't even hit the point where we value the energy of the network yet. This is just human energy that we're pushing in. That's it. Now, mind you, we have a long way to go of full representation of all of the human energy in the world. Because how it's created is completely separate than anything we've ever had prior to this. We've always had some representation of value, not pure energy. And as I've explained in the past, In 1973, or if you want to go back a little bit, 1971, right? The reason that they actually pulled us off of gold and rolled us into oil, the petrodollar, was because the majority of the economy was based on oil. Humans always do this. We always base our economy and our currency on something that needs labor to produce and is hopefully the lowest level of production of the society. That we use it for as much as possible of our economy. That's what happened in 1971. We shifted from silver and gold and iron and aluminum into we were using more plastics and oils and kerosene and actually gasoline and all of that. We were using more in 1971 as a percentage of our global GDP. We were using oil. So that's why we actually tied our currency to that, because then once you actually tie your currency to the most used commodity in the world, that's what props up your dollar value. That's what they did in 1971. They had to do it because more and more of the economy was shifting towards oil and petroleum. And that was the floor, the base of our global economy. Now, let's fast forward to now. We use more pure energy in the economy, and it's only growing. Let me say two little things. AI. AI is going to shoot us into an energy-based economy. And that's a whole system. I mean, that. Look at everyone who's, we need more energy. It isn't AI that's slowing us down, it's energy. Well, what are you going to price the energy in? Something that represents exact value of energy. That is the Bitcoin, because it is created and its representation is pure energy, hash rate. So when your economy, your global economy runs on pure energy, you value that in something that is produced from the pure energy. And this is a one-for-one exchange. One pure electricity, you don't have to actually go through oil. You don't have to actually go through like natural gas. We now have a money that is literally pure energy. It's exactly like your labor, right? If you walk from here to there, what is the representation of the energy you used to get there? It's motion. That's the representation. Well, when we use energy, the motion is the price of the Bitcoin. As it moves, as we generate more and more electricity, on a global network, because see, this is what eventually they're going to release the technology that basically shows we can exchange energy through light. We won't need wires. We won't need copper wires. We can actually pull energy directly out of light. We do it now, except we call them solar panels. And those absorb the energy and then run it through a copper line. You don't need to do that. A laser is energy. It's right. Why do you think you can have a little ink pen looking thing and you can shoot it across a huge room? Or, not that I'm saying you should do this, you can shoot it at an airplane. How the hell is it showing up out of this little ink pen looking thing that like runs on a little shitty ass battery? How is that light showing up? Because it's pure energy. It's pure energy. We don't need copper lines. We need lasers. Because if you have a laser on this side, and let's use a solar panel as an example. Guys, remember this. The sun is just a big laser. It's just a laser. And the light that shines out of it is a wide laser beam. And we're only utilizing a certain spectrum of that light with our eyes. We have ultraviolet. We have so many different levels of light, and each frequency level is a higher concentration of the energy represented in that light wave. So our light, right, that's why they tell you don't look directly at the sun. You know why? Because you're looking into the laser. And your eyes are not, shouldn't look at a laser long. Well, why is it that we can actually take a laser beam from the sun and exchange it into pure energy at a solar panel, but we cannot shoot a laser from one side to a receiving solar panel and absorb that energy without a line? Have you ever seen a laser actually go through a piece of metal? That piece of the metal is absorbing the energy and reacting to it and melting. From the laser point to the piece of lead, there's no energy loss at all. Because a laser, if you have a laser shoot across and you wrap your hand around the laser beam, there's no heat because there's no resistance. Laser beams only heat up once they hit resistance. If there's no resistance, you have no energy loss. That's why we have energy loss from when we generate it, run it through a copper line. Copper line has resistance. We have line loss. That's what they call it, line loss. There's a reason they call it line loss. It's because the line is making us lose it. The energy from the sun As soon as it leaves the sun, we receive it in the same amount as it left the sun. The only time energy waves actually get less is resistance. That's all right. We just remember sound waves are just light waves you can hear. They're all the same spectrum. It's just you can see light waves and you can hear the lower waves of the wave. It's the same fucking wave, guys. Light and sound is the same wave. It's just at a different frequency. Right? That's why when you yell, eventually, whenever you yell and there's someone way over there and they can't hear you, that's those waves hitting the resistance of oxygen. That's the only reason, right? Here's another example. Look at a whale. A whale can go ee or whatever the hell they sound like, ee, but yet you can hear it like or other whales can hear it 100 miles away. Why? Because water conducts frequency more than air does. Because water is just a liquid copper line. They're all actually made of exactly the same thing, which is electrons and protons. This, and I know I went a little deep on this. I want you to understand where we're going with this. The reason that price is actually going up is that price is representing, and that price is going to continue to go up because that price will represent all energy eventually. All energy we have access to will be reflected in that price. Because everyone, right now, everyone's like, okay, this oil well, how many barrels of oil does it produce? That representation eventually will reach a point where they'll say that oil, and we're already there if you look at it as, hey, all right, that barrel of oil is worth $45. Well, how much is $1 worth against Bitcoin? And you can actually calculate if that barrel of oil weighs 100 pounds. How many Satoshis is each pound worth? That's where we're going, guys. When you actually put up solar panels, you'll ask how many Satoshis per hour will this generate? Because if you say, well, how many watts will this generate? Well, are we actually talking about creation or endpoint? Because if it's absorbing 12 watts, but at your use point, it's only getting 9 watts, and you have 3 watts of line loss, you're losing money in the line loss. This is the representation of pure energy. Right now, we're just looking at it as us. This is representing my labor energy. Yeah, that's the beginning. But AI will have a value. You think they're going to value it in dollars? No. They'll eventually value it in something that actually represents pure energy. That's the Bitcoin. This is all exchange of energy. The more energy we create, the more this will rise. Because here's another whole area. Let's say you have a huge electric company, and your peak hours are 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 3, and then like 6 until 8 each evening. That's your peak. That's when you use the most, or humans use the most. Well, that's only 4 hours of peak use time. What about the other 20? Because you're generating it, and if you slow it down and you produce less, then you aren't optimizing your equipment. The rest of the 20 hours, you can run at 90% efficiency, if not higher, because that energy is actually being held in the Bitcoin. You aren't sitting there going, all right, guys, we got to raise the price of electricity. No. This subsidizes energy usage through efficiency. That's what humans thrive on. Humans work off of efficiency. That's what we do. That's what our brains do. Our brains are quantum efficiency calculators. That's what our brains are. Right? If I walk from here to there, what's the most efficient way of getting from here to there? Walk a straight line. Now, if I have preferences, like I want to act a little crazy, I think I'm going to do a little dance or something. Not efficiency, but I'm receiving pleasure. There you go. But humans work on efficiency. That's what we actually call technology, is efficiency outside of us. That's technology. In the old days, when we had smoke signals, and yes, I'm using smoke signals on purpose, it was more efficient to use smoke signals to relay a message than it was jog your happy ass 8 miles and tell the person what you want to say. Those smoke signals had an efficiency value to those humans, because they're like, I don't want to walk way the fuck over there. I just want to say hello and LOL in smoke signal. I wonder what LOL looks like in smoke signal. I guess I'll have to ask. And I don't think they used L's. Oh well, never mind. Sorry guys, I kind of squirreled off. Red Bull. So we have exchanged information, and information is energy. It's an exchange of an idea or a want using words. That's it. It's exchanging energy. That's why they say, that's not even worth your breath. Why do they say that? Because it's not, there's no value in what you're saying, so don't waste your internal energy to breathe it out. Everything's exchange of energy and value, and humans revolve around efficiency. We had smoke signals, we had telegraph, we had telephone, we had writing letters, and then we had email. Now, the message had the same value whether it was on paper or in an email, because the value isn't in the paper, it isn't in the email, it's in the information you're exchanging. And that value of what you write, that you exchanging value to another human in the form of information. That's what Bitcoin is exchanging all of what we perceive as valuable into its lowest form of creation. Because you, as a person, you have to have electricity in you to say something, to write something, to sing or walk or roll your head or whatever. That's energy. Now we have a monetary representation of energy. Every form of energy, every form of energy, we now have a pure monetary network that can reflect the value of that energy. Guys, we're so early in this. All right, let's remember, 1% of the world owns Bitcoin. Probably less than that, actually. 1%. And we're at $125,000 per Bitcoin. That's people who have just traded their labor. That's less than 1%. And let's be honest, they're holding everything just in Bitcoin. They have dollars, or they have shares of this, and they have a house that they've held value in, and they have all of these assets that they have pushed their labor value into. So let's say the average person who holds some actual Bitcoin, let's say they hold 10% of their energy value in actual Bitcoin. Let me break this down for you and listen to this. Less than 1% of the people on the earth hold 10% of their energy value in this. If my math is correct, that means we hold about 0.00001% of human labor value in this. And we're at $125,000. Where the hell are we going to be when we hold 1% of all of the 1%? Let that fucking soak in. Guys, you look at that price and it looks valuable because we've never had something that purely represented all forms of energy. This does. Right now, it only reflects 0.00001% of human labor energy. That's just human labor energy. That does not represent how much energy does your car use, how much energy is in oil, how much energy is in natural gas, how much energy does the sun produce, how much can we capture, how much energy is produced just by the earth, how much energy is produced by a waterfall. We are going to be able to monetize a lot of that energy, and as soon as we monetize waterfalls, the gallons per second that go off the edge of a waterfall can be calculated in Satoshis, because it's a representation of pure energy, evaluating pure energy. There's no line loss. So wait until we value, and this wait until this represents Earth's value, Earth's energy value, human labor value. And we haven't even talked about AI value yet, which is going to kick this shit into high gear. Because AI is going to be and is unlimited questions and answers. Each of those, remember what I said? It's the information exchange that has value. That's what's in your email. It's the words, it's the information that has value. How valuable is pure information represented digitally, created out of pure energy with unlimited amounts of queries? We'll be right back.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
And we're back. Hey guys, this is what I really want to get across today. You look at that price and you think, "Ah, I'm late." No. Brother and sisters, we're just figuring out smoke signals. But that's what that price represents. A little bit of human labor. And that's our price. Wait until more and more human labor goes into it. And what I want you to realize is the amount of productivity, which is value. Productivity is value. Remember that. AI will make us so much more productive, efficient. Robots will actually make us more efficient, because then you aren't washing your dishes. You aren't cutting the grass. You aren't folding the laundry. This is an unlock of human creativity, because I don't think people really understand AI. AI is going to make you excellent if you use it. Not because AI is excellent, it's because you chose to participate and ask the question. I'm not saying it's going to give you the exact answer, but it's going to give you information that you can accumulate and make a decision. The important part is action. Action. Right? What is the future? The future's a dark room. You can't see it. You're assuming it has walls, maybe something in there, but you don't know what the future is. But I can tell you one thing. The future requires action. Before you walk into the future, how about just switch the fucking light on, so you can at least get an idea of which way you're going in your future. And the light is very simple. What represents light is you. You're the light that shines on your future. Are you taking a wide view, or are you a laser beam? Are you a flashlight where you're just kind of looking at areas of the future? Or are you just letting your mind shine at the opportunities of the future? I hope you're looking and let your mind shine and look at all of it. This is the future. I mean, wealthy people are going all in on this. They are creating products so that energy can be pushed in to this network. That's what an exchange is. You have representations of dollars, and you exchange it for pure energy. And every time you put some money in there, that price, I want you to think of that price as how bright the light is in your future. Because as that goes up, you can see your future clearer. But you have to put energy into the light. You're exchanging energy for energy at Coinbase, at our clubs. When you're in our programs where we mine, you're exchanging energy for energy. Except this is a laser beam. It takes that whole energy network. What that price represents is this. Look at it like this. The energy of the network is the sun. The price is a magnifying glass of perception onto an ant's ass. And that's your price. Price is only a perception of value. Light helps you perceive your surroundings. You choose what you value in your surroundings. There are so many layers of value that this is going to eat and absorb, because right now it's just a monetary value. Wait until it's an information value in the blocks. Wait until the ledger is recognized for what it truly is, the most valuable information storage ever. That and the network is the smoke signal that never fades. It's the energy of the information held in forever in a ledger that only absorbs energy. All forms of energy. Right now, we're just putting human labor into that energy. Wait until we add AI labor into that. Wait until we add everything's labor. This camera right now is working. It has labor. It's using energy to do a job. That's labor. Everything is energy. Everything. And we've reached the point in human history where we can now very slowly begin to value pure energy. How much is a raindrop worth? And how much is an ocean worth? Right now, it's just kind of sprinkling. We're nowhere near the ocean, but we're heading there. Okay, guys and gals, I don't want to keep you all day. Everyone have a great day. Remember, if you want a loan, if you would, actually yesterday, we had one of our clients actually call and say, you know what, I got about 400 grand worth of equity in this house. Let's get some Bitcoin. Absolutely. Give us a call for a loan or no KYC Bitcoin or a home to hodl loan. 941-413-8080, 941-413-8080. Everyone have a great day. I love you guys, and get you guys some energy. Love you guys.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine, Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.